Are you serious, guys? Are you serious? Welcome to the Coming Apocalypse. I'm Pastor Paul Begley, and good morning, everybody. I'm telling you what, there's a lot going on, so I want to get you up to speed. Good morning, everybody. Oh I'm telling boy, you what, there's a lot going on. It sure is. Get you up to speed. Good morning, everybody. Yeah, there's a lot going on. There we go. Anyway, this situation, and so this situation in Mexico is way out of control. We're going to talk about that here in just a second. But first, let me put a shout out, if I could, for www. Not even www, just plain old Virtual Shield, right? Oh, I didn't do that. I'm a little behind here, ain't I? I don't know what I'm doing. So give me a moment. I will fix this. I think I will. Oh, I'm supposed to get this done before I start, and I didn't do it. Well, maybe I'll just create it. How's that? Give me 1 second, everybody. I'm so sorry. I before E except after C. I think that's right. I before E except after C. Didn't you guys learn that in school also? I know I'm not the only one. Okay, 1 second. 1 second, we'll be there. Oh my Lord, I'm hitting buttons everywhere. What is that? Oh. Just hold on, everybody. Paul Begley is trying. But this is not one of my strong. This is PB. I didn't think I was going to have any PB technology issues, and I do. Oh, wait. Does this help? No. Okay. Well, anyway, it's Virtual Shield, okay? virtualshield.com/Paul. That's virtualshield.com/Paul. Guys, seriously, Patriots, if you're 40 years old and up and you got a Gmail, okay, you need to listen up, because weeks ago, the biggest email hack ever just leaked over 183 million passwords. That's crazy. Yours most likely is out there right now. Hand it to the hackers who steal your social security number, your bank details, even your name, to try to drain the accounts or rack up debt in your name. That's identity theft, okay? It really is. Crooks pretending to be you, wrecking your credits, your savings, your life, while you're fighting to prove it's not you. But here's your fix, because at Virtual Shield Identity Protection, just easily sign up, and it scans the dark web daily for your leaked information. It'll blast an alert to your phone if something is fishy, like that Gmail breach that was insane. Guys, you got a $5 million worth of protection. So find out more about that. Just go to virtualshield.com/Paul. You'll be glad you did. Sorry about the technical problems here. All right. So we have violence. We definitely have violence that has erupted in Mexico after the killing of one of the top drug cartels. I mean, he was a drug lord, a big kingpin named El Mencho. Yeah, El Mencho. What was his story, you might ask? Well, glad you asked. His story is bad. He was, besides, one of the biggest drug lords ever in Mexico. Mexican security forces were able to kill him, who led one of the most powerful criminal organizations in the country, okay, triggering, yeah, I don't know if you guys saw this, but a wave of violence in several areas, including the western state and the western part of Mexico. The Mexican Secretary of the National Defense said that El Mencho was wounded in a clash with soldiers, uh, and they tried to save him. They flew him to Mexico City. Now remember, there was a $15 million bounty on his head by President Trump in the United States. $15 million. That's a game changer. And so the Mexican operation set off a wave of violence with gunmen torching cars, blocking highways in more than half a dozen states and in 20 different cities, including on the way to the World Cup is going to be held in Mexico. That's crazy, but the World Cup is going to be held in Mexico, and it's not going to be good. Okay, it's not going to be good. All the main stadium there in Mexico City, they're torturing cars and blocking streets and creating all kinds of havoc. Gunshots can be heard. So look, they told people to just stay home. Schools were suspended. Public transportation was suspended. And Mexican President Claudia Steinbaum, she still went forward and she praised the country's security forces for not only taking down El Mencho, but for securing and safety for the public during this difficult reaction. There's absolute coordination with the governments of all the states going on right now, she said. The vast majority of national territory activities are proceeding with complete normalization, okay? She is one of the biggest she said that he was one of the biggest Mexican drug lords to be taken down since the capture of El Chapo. Remember him? Remember when El Chapo Guzman and Ishmael Zambada, who were both in U.S. custody right now, were arrested. But this guy had to be killed. The Mexican Defense Secretary said the raid was carried out with complete information from the U.S. authorities. So guess what? The DEA and the CIA. That's who brought this guy down. It said that 4 of the members of his inner circle were also killed in the raid, while 2 others died during their transfer to Mexico City. 2 more were arrested, and some armored vehicles, rocket launchers, other arms were seized. 3 members of the armed forces were wounded in the operation, and they've all receiving medical treatment. U.S. Deputy Secretary of State Christopher Landau has welcomed the operation and has called this capture of El Mencho one of the bloodiest and most ruthless drug lords ever in Mexico history. Also, this is a great development for Mexico, the U.S., Latin American, and the world, they added. Because the United States Department warned that Americans any Americans there in those areas of Mexico, you could be in danger, of course, because they a lot of times like to do kidnapping of Americans. They warned the citizens in Puerto Vallarta to shelter in place and keep a low profile. Air Canada has announced it is suspending, literally suspending its flights to Puerto Vallarta due to the security situation going on there, and they advised their customers to go to the airport. United Airlines and American Airlines also said they were canceling flights to Puerto Vallarta because of the concern for safety. The military operation against El Mencho follows a pressure campaign from the President Donald Trump of America that he put on Claudia Steinbaum to ramp up their crackdown on drug trafficking. And apparently it worked, including threats to intervene directly in Mexico if they didn't do it. Now, the CIA and the DEA were working in conjunction with the Mexican authorities, and it was the Mexican authorities that brought down El Mencho. Why is there such a crackdown? Well, we know there's been the southern border's been closed. We are very thankful for that. But and Trump's been blowing boats out of the water. We know that's true. Matter of fact, they even captured a Mexican submarine that had 4 tons of cocaine in it on Saturday. So, you know, we know that the World Cup is coming to Mexico in about a month, and they're trying to get the streets cleaned up. But man, now the bulk of the cocaine, heroin, and methamphetamines and fentanyl is entering the United States through Mexico. So, look, it's a crazy time right now. Matter of fact, this guy was, without question, the undisputed largest drug lord in all of Mexico. He's not the only drug lord. There's other cartels, but he was the biggest. He called this was a triumph for Claudia Steinbaum and her government, but of course, it did unleash a wave of violence across Mexico. There is no obvious successor to El Mencho, although his brother is already in a U.S. prison, and his son, El Mencho, is also in prison, and his daughter, so is his daughter. So his brother, his son, his daughter, they're all in prison already. We could now see different regional bosses in the cartels start disputing for power. And what they'll do, they'll start killing each other off, trying to figure out who is going to take power. We saw this happen when El Chapo went down, when he was arrested. And he was even rescued out of prison only to be recaptured again, and is still in prison today. The timing of this particularly is very sensitive, though, because the FIFA World Cup is going to be starting in about a month, like I said. So what looks like a government triumph today could become a significant, bigger security crisis later because of the World Cup. Also, Mexican military needs to move quickly to limit any more violence, and they're trying to. But you're dealing with a lot of money, and these drug lords, these cartels, they have little armies, basically. I mean, unbelievable weaponry they have. Killing or capturing the head of a cartel is not really going to have a major impact on the drug trafficking, but it does send a clear message to the drug cartels that you are being targeted by the Drug Enforcement Agency of the United States. And what they have to do is launch a frontal assault based on intelligence and basically diminish the infrastructure and the drug lords' cartels. And they have to do it quickly, and they have to do it efficiently, because if not, there's going to be hell to pay in terms of violence. Now, also, the Trump, Virgil said that the Trump administration has done very little to address the U.S. side of this equation, the drug use, despite pressuring Mexico to stop the drug trafficking. Hundreds of thousands of weapons flow from the United States into Mexico every year, a stark contrast to Mexico's single military-run gun store, they only got one, which sells about 6,500 guns a year. So how does all these guns get trafficked? Yet the Republican Party has shown no appetite for curbing or slowing down the the arms trafficking, according to Mexican authorities. Also, the administration has made no meaningful push to reduce the domestic drug use according to the Mexican authorities. So the Mexicans are saying, hey, okay, we took down this guy, but you've caused a wave of problems for us now, and we got to get everything ready to go so people can come from all over the world for the FIBA World Cup matches. It's going to be taking place in Mexico City and in different parts of Mexico. Okay, so the Trump administration does have to realize that they got to slow down the drug use in America. Now,
You have the market.
yeah, and that's right. They're saying, look, Mexico's saying we're the supplier, but you guys, United States, you're the market, you're the consumer. So what are you going to do now to slow down the consumption? Now, Mike Around the World talked about this, Heidi, and said there's going to be a major fallout from withdrawals in the United States. When you start cutting off people's drugs.
Oh, please. We heard this during COVID.
This is Mike Around the World. He said when they start the withdrawals, that that there's going to be crime, there's going to be more violence, because people are going to be fighting to figure out a way to try to get their hands on the drugs. We heard that during COVID, didn't we?
We did.
It didn't happen, did it? The drug.
People are always in withdrawals.
Speaking as, I don't know if they can hear you, Heidi, but speaking from the nurse over here,
Well,
she
I was a detox nurse too.
she was a detox nurse as well as she did a lot of different nursing. And one of the things she did as a detox nurse
I worked in mental health for 8
is
years.
for 8 years, Heidi worked in mental health, in psych,
I know all about
and drug use is huge. And she said, look, I know everything about detoxing people and withdrawals. It ain't pretty. So people are always detoxing. America has a drug problem. Let's face it. We definitely do. And so we're going to have to take more than just cutting off the supply. We're going to have to also cut down on the demand. And I don't know how that, I really don't know how you do that. I really don't know. There was a 6.3 earthquake that has hit in Alaska. We were talking about this last night on Sunday Night Live, how there was 7.1 earthquake hit in Malaysia. Pretty powerful. But this 6.3 earthquake has hit early today in Alaska. We'll keep an eye on that, as that's pretty powerful. Let me just double check that, okay? So give me 1 second here.
I'll tell you one thing they better not do.
What's that, Heidi?
Take away Pastor Paul's coffee.
Thank you. Are you trying to? Are you saying I might have withdrawals? Heidi, do you want to come in and out of my world? So you just heard Heidi say it. I'll tell you one thing you better not do: take away Pastor Paul's coffee. Thank you, Heidi. Yeah. How do you get a morning started if you don't have coffee? There you go. Look who's coming in and out of my world. Wait a minute, Heidi.
Oh,
You can't see it.
can't see it.
You will. You will. Yes, you will. Now come back.
You want me to come back?
Yep. There she is.
Come back. Come back.
Welcome to my world, darling. Come back, Jack. Jack. Okay. Anyway, let's get some coffee. All right. That's good. Good job, Heidi. Now let's check this earthquake map, okay, real fast, since just make sure that we're not having major aftershocks, or where else is things shaken. Anyway, yes, that looks like that earthquake in Alaska has been downsized from 6.3 to 6.1, and so we'll keep an eye on that. There was also a 5.3 earlier in Peru. Now, since that earthquake in Alaska hit, they have had some aftershocks. They're 3.4. There was a 3.0 in Alamo, Nevada earthquake, 3.1 in Falls City, Texas, and Perryville, Alaska then had a 3.0. Tonga which always is something you keep an eye on, had a 5.0. You know that underwater volcanoes there. 3.9 aftershock again in Alaska. 5.5 aftershock also hit Alaska, followed by a 4.4, 3.9. And in Stanton, Texas had a 3.2, and then another Texas earthquake of 2.6, and Fiji had a 4.2. So, okay, it's really about Alaska. 6.1 and 5.5 earthquakes in Alaska. So, but it doesn't look like any damage, and everything will be okay. I just got to have some more of this coffee. It's just too good. All right. Well, guys, I'll be back. There's more things happening, so give me a few moments, and I'll be right back here on the coming apocalypse. We're on our way to India. I want to thank you guys. We do need your support, as you know. We're preparing. We're getting things set up for this 5 huge, massive India crusade services in 5 different locations, and wow. It's going to be huge. It is huge. It is an undertaking that usually when I come to India, I just do one big crusade. This one we're doing 5. But the revival is spreading. I mean, the numbers of people coming to Jesus is just unbelievable. And so because of that, we're anticipating a major move of God. So
And it won't stop there.
it won't stop there, Heidi said. The revival?
When we come back, we're going to Alabama.
That's right. So let's throw that out there. When we come back from India, we will be in Alabama for the Prophecy Conference at March 27, 28, and 29. 27, 28, 29. I'll be preaching Sunday morning and Sunday night on the 29th of March in Birmingham, Alabama at Solid Rock Church with Bishop Larry Ragland, okay?
Then August 5th,
August the 5th,
you're going to be Community Gospel Baptist.
now I think it's April, Heidi.
I mean April, I'm sorry.
And I think it's April the 4th. Let me look on those dates. It's Easter.
You're going to be at Community Gospel Baptist.
Community Gospel Baptist Church, Knox, Indiana.
Then April 10th and 11th,
April 10th and 11th.
we're going to have the house to house.
Yes, that's when it's going to be our house-to-house internet
Mm-hmm.
revival. That's going to be amazing, and we'll be preaching and from those 2 nights from Plant City, Florida, at Hope Community Church in Plant City, Florida, and that will be a powerful praise and worship. Israel Hall will be there with the saxophone. Praise and worship will be going on, and that's gonna be an internet broadcasting. We have little Salvation Station homes and people in churches and people from all over are going to be coordinated with us, and we'll be bringing people in and out from different locations onto the screen. So when we broadcast that live, and that's April 10th and 11th, coming up, the internet revival. Okay? So, but first,
So we're in revival.
we're in revival. First, the India crusade coming up, and we'll give you more information. If you're sending in your tithe and offerings this morning, please do that. If you're sending it in special donation for the India trip, please do that. And we thank you for it. Thank you. Many of you have made pledges, and some folks have already given, and some are still going to be giving. So we want you to know that. And Heidi, did you know March 1st is 16 years
There you go.
that I started the internet ministry 16 years ago. We always celebrate the anniversary with a special offering day, and that's coming up March the 1st. And I'm just saying, when you do that, when you give for March 1st, you're really not only you're celebrating the online ministry that we've been together, this amazing online church, the first ever online church in the world. We're celebrating, but also you're helping us with the India crusade. All right. I'll be back with more current world events and how they relate to biblical prophecy. Get a cup of coffee, just calm down, get your morning started. I'll be right back with more on the coming apocalypse.